Welcome to our Metal Reactions channel. I'm Brad.
I'm Alena.
And we're back with some more Nightwish. So we've been enjoying our Nightwish journey so far. Just been trying to mix it up with the song selection. So we've gone for something that we think is going to be some folk. At least that's what the comments have described it as. So I Want My Tears Back, and the biggest suggestion for it came from B. Keezer. So thanks for that, and for everyone that liked that suggestion. Shall we?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Get right into it. No idea what to expect other than folk.
Well, if it's folk, it shouldn't be too heavy. What are they singing?
Some tears back, but we got a whole song with it.
Yeah, you want to hear a song? It's coming.
I was wrong.
do. I know you can feel what's coming next. So get ready to dance, to jump, move around. Oh, it ain't over yet. Come on! Dancing, jumping, I want some screaming too! Ha, ha, ha,
Where is the wonder? Where's the where are the sleepless nights I used to live for before the years take me? I wish to see that lost in me. Where is the wonder? Where's the where are the sleepless nights I used to live for before the years take me? I wish to see the lost in me.
We were dancing! Oh! The whole venue was dancing. What a sight! What an energy! Thank you!
It's a tango country.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
You even forgot to stop it at some point.
I was going to, and then they were like getting into the climax. I was like, oh, I can't stop it now, so I just let it go.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
So I forgot to mention in the beginning live Buenos Aires. So I think the song in the beginning was some sort of Ole or something like that they were singing. So I'm guessing that's just an Argentina song. I don't think that has anything to do with Nightwish per se. But if I'm wrong, let me know. But I could picture like Argentina fans chanting that at football or something like that.
Yeah, it did sound like that.
Okay.
But obviously, I can't I can distinguish what the words were. So.
Yeah, not
but
sure either.
The welcome of the crowd, it was like so amazing.
And like the actual venue, it was so like enclosed, like like high up the sides and the back. It felt like a cauldron in there rather than like wide open spaces. It was like a big party inside.
Yeah, well, it does sound like a party.
Yeah. So what stuck out to me was very very folk. So I don't know what that instrument was.
Yeah, I was also wondering. I mean, I think I could. Like, I have a guess what is the word in Russian, but I have no idea what it is called in
I have no idea.
English.
So please let us know. What is that instrument called?
Yeah, but it sounded amazing.
It gives like a very, very, folk feel naturally.
Yeah. To me, it's sounding like Irish dancing, the melody that you could do, that famous Irish dance.
For me, it was like I was getting like elven vibes. Like I could picture like elves dancing in the forest to it. Like, I mean, that's probably more like a Scandinavian influence than an Irish influence.
I don't know about elves. But then at some point they were playing like guitar plus that instrument. That was really cool. Like, I think it was some kind of improvisation. Like, because it just sounded like they wanted to do it at this moment.
Okay. I didn't,
maybe I'm wrong.
I didn't pick that up personally, but okay. Yeah, so the whole thing felt like quite jovial, like fun. When I saw the title, I Want My Tears Back, I thought it was going to be...
That's not very jolly.
Yeah, like sad, like sort of like you've cried for someone and that person's shown no remorse, so you want your tears back. That's like the perception or the assumption I went into it with. But now, having seen the song and followed the rest of the lyrics, I don't get that vibe at all. Shall I start us off? Do you want to start?
Do you want to say anything about instruments?
So I mean, instrumentally, I mean, like I'm a metal guy, so like
so it was too soft.
there was very little there for me in terms of metal. Like I mean, there's far heavier Nightwish songs, but I didn't find myself like bored or anything like that. Like it was still fun. I mean, maybe like the video game nerd in me that's played, you know, enough fantasy type games. I think that's what I was drawn to, was just this feeling of, you know, being the elf in the forest, that kind of thing. So
I think Floor was dressed like a character from some video game, right?
It looked like armor and yeah. So again, that was probably influencing why I was getting these fantasy vibes of, like, I don't know, Norse mythology or something like that.
Okay, well, this song is more what I listen to.
Okay.
Because it's softer, it's very melodic, but yet there is still like a guitar, and you can see in the background that it is like kind of heavy, but because of that amazing instrument that sort of leads the way, I think it skips your mind, but it's there.
Yeah, there was one part where the drumming became quite apparent and fast, technical. It only stuck out to me in that one piece though. But yeah, there was also then at least that for me.
Yeah, and all the voices were so soft. I just enjoyed it so much.
Okay, so I touched lightly on the lyrics there, initially thinking it was going to be sort of, you know, crying for someone who shows no remorse. But when we get into it, I get the feeling of sort of happier times. So I feel like it's someone looking back on life and thinking back to all these joyous memories that they had, and sort of like where did that time go? Like this time has passed. Now that's a bit of a somber spin on it. So instead of like sadness over where did all that time go, the general upbeat nature of the song makes me think, okay, maybe it's actually more just a case of celebrating all the good times that they've had. But just throughout, I know the band's from Finland, so you know that's probably playing on it as well. But there's all this description of what seems to me like the Finnish countryside or something like that in winter. The beauty of it. It talks about the sense of grandfatherly love. So perhaps fond memories of being with their grandfather.
So it's more of a childhood.
Perhaps it could be that childhood. Then we get into what to me looks very distinctly like Alice in Wonderland references. Okay? Yeah. So because we've got Wonder specifically, it says Alice knocking on the door. We've got the trap door, the mad marsh hare. Now, I haven't seen Alice in Wonderland since I was very young, but I remember all of those pieces at least appearing in Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if it's a bit more fresh in your memory, if anything else stands out to you there.
Well, I mean, Alice. I do agree that it's about Alice in Wonderland. I mean, I can't think of anything else that it can refer to. But like connecting it to the first verse, maybe. So there is like a trapdoor or a line that you cross, that you're not. So you were innocent kid before, but when you cross that line, like, you know, taking a red pill.
Matrix?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, those pills, it's also a reference to Alice in Wonderland. Like, this whole scene in Matrix was taken from Alice in Wonderland. So, yeah, so there is a moment. So I think the song is about missing that moment when you were innocent and you were able to to be surprised and to take genuine pleasure in all those simple things, because the more we grow and the more we get acquainted like with serious stuff and the more we learn about the world, it's hard to be amazed with it because you're just so used to it. You know, like now we're staying in quarantine. And but remember times before when we were going outside and we were just taking it for granted and never enjoying it that much. We were just supposed to be there and never like looked at the sky and enjoying the weather and just enjoying being out. So with the more we grow up, we sort of lose this feeling of appreciation, of wonder. Exactly, like
wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then to tie it back into the title of the song, so I think we're on the same train of thought here. That basically I want my tears back, meaning now that I'm older, I've experienced pain and hurt and sadness in the world and all these things. So now I've cried these tears. I want to go back to a place of innocence before I felt the pain of the world.
Before I fell through the trapdoor.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think it's actually the tears of like sorrow necessarily, because I want my tears back. Maybe it's the tears of joy. I mean, I want to be able like to cry of joy just by going outside and enjoying the simple pleasures of life, like children do.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so we've got a slightly different take on it there.
Yeah, I think yours is more like to the sad side for some reason.
And I'm the optimist and you're the pessimist. So
I don't know where it comes from.
We've switched roles here.
To me, this whole song is very joyful. And it's about happier times and maybe happy tears. And I just want to re-experience all those things again. But it's not necessarily... I just don't want the rest of my life to happen the way it happened,
I suppose the jovial nature of the instruments probably would tie in more to your interpretation than mine.
I suppose.
But let us know what you think, or if you think something completely different. Maybe we're just off on a completely different path to what your interpretation of the song is. Anything else?
No, I really enjoyed that song.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I did like it. Maybe because of this upbeat nature.
Upbeat nature and that instrument. I want to know what is that instrument?
that was magic.
Yeah, that gives me like serious nerd vibes. I want to go play some fantasy RPG now. Okay.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks. And we're just gonna continue rolling through random, pretty much Nightwish songs. And I know there's big ones, or a very, very big one we haven't done yet.
We're just saving them.
It'll come. We just sort of feel we'll appreciate it a bit more if we've gone through a bit more Nightwish before we hit the biggest of songs. So stay tuned. We'll catch you again next time.